It's up. Well, we are live. Long time no see, no talk, Lemonhead friends. What's going on, my friends? What do we got going on? Chime in the chats. Let us know what's up with you, where you're chiming in from, all that good stuff. We will get the show. Holy. What's going on, Kennedy? What's going on? It's the Aegis Canada. Very nice. Denise, good to see you on here. Very good stuff. Justin, what's going on, my man? We're going to drop some lemon bombs. Yeah, we are. The Netherlands in the house. Very nice, Rob. What's up? Good to see you. Jan from Norway. Very cool. Dream car. Oh, I like it. Lake Worth, Florida. Checking in. Very cool. Orlando, Florida. Very nice. Going on, Rick. Pat Dragon from Toronto. What's up? What's going on, my friends? Houston, Texas. Long Island here. Very nice. Virginia Beach. Where you guys at? Very nice. Mark from Destin, Florida. Good stuff. I like it. I like it. Steve May, what's going on, buddy? How are you? Marinda, good stuff. Oh, we got the Aussies in the house. I don't know what time it is over there in Aussie land, but I'm guessing it's not a very nice time of the day to be on a call, but very cool that you're joining us. Checking from the UK. Good. The numbers are coming up. Chris, what's going on? SoCal. All right. Good stuff. Got everything that's going on. Nadine, Doug, what's going on? What's going on? Oh, we got Brad in the house. What's going on, Brad? Long time no see. Very nice. Did you guys see the picture circulating of some lemon heads I got together last night? That was good times. You guys all should have been there. I was talking to Healy yesterday. He gave me a call, and he might be wintering down this way. And, we were talking about how, hey, maybe we should do a lemon event down here. I think it's actually a good idea. Scottsdale. I love Scottsdale. Packer, good stuff. Love Scottsdale, North Carolina here. Very nice. Freedom Bound. Oh, I like that name. It's got a nice ring to it, doesn't it? I like it. I like it. What's going on? 5 a.m. Yeah. Woo. Yikes. 5 a.m. is damn hella early. Jared, what's going on? Jason Foundry. Very nice. Going on Wisconsin. We got South Jersey. Yeah, that's right. It's been a little while. Good to see you too, friends. Very nice. Good to see you too. Big Ira trucking in St. Louis. Love it. Love it. Love it. Gonna have to retire that truck soon, I hope. All right. Waiting eagerly. Prakash, what's going on? What's up, Lemonheads, New York? Very nice. Yeah, it's the lemon party in Florida. Sounds pretty damn awesome to me. It sounds like it makes sense to me, right? Norway, and I like it. Very nice. Gus, what's going on? Let's go, Lemonheads. That's it. I like it. Mike C here. Very nice. Hey, what's going on? Oh, I like that name, Connolly. Very nice, buddy. I need a place to park my Airstream. Yeah, there's always lots of places around here. I mean, they're busy. You're not the only one who wants to come to Florida in the winter, it turns out. But it's all good. Who wants to tag Jay in the chat and tell him he's running late? Yeah? Anyone? Oh, nice, Timmy. It's good. Yeah, some good stuff. Yeah, good fun pictures of some lemon heads getting out last night. Did you guys see this shirt my buddy Timmy did? I love it. I'm such a fan. I have lemon shirts too, but hey, it's what I happen to be wearing today. We're hosting this week, so it's a good time. Hosting some fellow lemon heads in visiting, so that's always fun. Very good stuff. What's up, Jordan from Utah? Yeah, let me hit Jay up quick and just to go through Colin and Derek, or get Spike. Spike's over there. Hey, who's jealous of Spike over there? Right? Very nice. Dominican Republic my way. Ah, okay. Bill, are you living there full time? Very cool. Very cool. Hey, there he is. What's going on, Jay? We're glad you're joining us, man.
How's it going, guys? Sorry I'm a little late.
Good to see you again. Very nice. Everything's exciting. I see Spike's over there. I love seeing those pictures with all you guys in a group picture. Very cool.
It's been a busy 3 weeks. So yes, it's been fun. We've got a lot of new faces and that popping up, and a lot of things get done and progressing for the future too. So it's good.
Spike said he feels like he joined a slave labor camp since he got there.
Well, he's definitely trying to adjust for the time zones. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
that's a little harder, said than done.
Very nice. Well, Jay, we're excited to have you back, man. It's good. Everyone knows him and loves him. It's great to have you back. We're excited for some updates. September, of course, is supposed to be a big month. So let's have a chat about the validators, which we know is the first big hurdle that we need to knock down before we can move on to some other stuff. So where are things at there? How's it coming along? What are you liking? What are you seeing?
Really good. So I've actually, about 3 days ago, we have a sample dashboard that is up. It is functioning that in Sandbox. We're going to go ahead and probably publish that in the next day or so. And then we'll be able to get that over to the install catalog. What you have to do is take pictures, dashboard does, do a whole install. It'll be a lot easier for the white glove service side of it, since obviously it's the first run out, guys, and this is kind of part of the deal. Your first run out, you're doing your thing, but you also have to understand you're running with all of the owner's manuals and that not being done, all of the install lists, because we're doing those on the fly. So you're going to have a lot of people get set up in that through the white glove service side of it first, and then you have a lot of individuals that are going to be doing these things. These docs are going to be, I'm going to call it a little rough to begin with, but we will help every single one get them up, get them going, and have them understand what it is. And either they're going to be tech savvy or you're not. And we may suggest white glove service in that after it, because you're going to have to get to an understanding of what you're actually doing and running it. So we're going to give everybody a couple days. Go ahead and send you guys some guidance. At that point in time, you'll decide where you're at on your own devices or a data center.
Well, exciting. It is uncharted territory, so we know that it's never as smooth sailing as you would like, as everyone would like. But hey, guys, we're almost there. A day-ish. That's not too bad. I think we can live with that. It's it's been a while, but it's good. So after that, Jay, how was the rest of the migration looking for? Are we still going to kind of basically land roughly on October 1st to close things out? Is that kind of the timeline you're looking at?
We will be starting in that. I don't know if we'll be the first, second, but we'll be part of October. Probably do have to still notice. We told already we're having a 10 and then we're going to get everything up and live and start pushing for all the listings. So I want to make sure that we have everybody over. I want to make sure all the validators and that are up before the process starts. We could technically start migrating people earlier, but the problem is we don't have validators up. So it's kind of a domino effect. We need one to start before the next round and the next and the next. So on a technical piece, you need to understand what we're really looking at is we've got dashboards, we've got the underlying migration bridges, we've got the implementation of wallets. We have a new coin that has to basically be swapped out instead of the LemX on Binance. You have to basically go into the actual Lemon coin. We're integrating now with a couple exchanges. I'll go ahead and throw that out there. And so what's happening is we need to get all of this ramped up. So even the validators, for instance, the validators are going to have the first Lem coin out, because what's going to happen is they need to stake that in order to get their activation of the validator. So that is going to be over in a carton bridge, and then they can move over just their minimum. They can move over whatever they want. It's your guys' assets. You can do whatever you'd like on that. And then your other pieces that are, maybe not so important to most, but it is very important to get up. We've got the Lemon Chain website popping up. We've got all the technical docs and all the technical papers being released. That is a big lift, guys. I think the website itself is probably, it's well over 100 pages right now. And
Wow.
So you have a lot of integration. It's not just some one pager that you pop up. You've got all the detailed installations. You've got all the specifications. You have all your Q&As through. You've got to have all of your integration windows for new projects popping onto your chain. You have to have all your partners being able to come in there and post up, I want to be a partner. You have to have then sign up forms. Guys, it's a lot that it has to basically go into even a site. It's no longer the days of just a simple DApp and you throw it up and it's one page and then you just have smart contracts behind it. This is a full integration of a layer one. Some of this stuff is it's actually ahead of schedule, which is good. So I think we're going to start picking up a lot of ground. But unfortunately, until those dashboards get live, it's kind of holding back a few other things that technically are actually done. And then some are on schedule. So we've got about 5 different aisles, I guess, and we're all kind of just running through it. The good news is we're not starting at anything at zero. We're moving along because the dashboards were an unexpected thing. But I think it's going to be the best thing for the validators themselves.
Once the validators are live, have the guys got the bridge all sorted out? Is that basically just ready to turn on like a switch at this point once the validators are ready, or is there still some work to do on the bridge side of it?
No, the bridging of the token to coin, that's not the problem. We are trying to save cost, guys, and so what we're trying to do is we've got a solution for NFTs, but what's happening is trying to save you guys as much money as possible. So anything we can build out in order to take that middle ramp out, which is actually a bridge itself for the NFTs itself. That is actually the most costly thing, basically going from one bridge to another. We're trying to make sure that doesn't have any breaking points of a level where people aren't going to transfer their assets over. So I want to make sure that they've earned the rewards, they have the rewards. I want to make sure they get them over. Some of these NFTs and that, people just barely got. They're still running them right now. They're still enjoying them. I don't want that to stop for them because you have, some gas fees and some migration fees. It doesn't sound bad until you realize that most people didn't do the one per wallet per day. And then this has actually gotten to a point where they have more than just a handful or two.
So I know we're going to do it like a timestamp pause during the bridge and all that stuff. Do we have are you willing to commit to a set date for when that timestamp would kind of commence and then close up, or not really yet?
No, but that's why I gave a 3-day window. So because the problem is I want to make sure everybody gets the window. I need to make sure that we unlock withdrawals for all the projects, and I want to make sure people aren't withdrawing and then have these little tiny fragments of tokens because of the amount. They're making a financial decision not to take it off the chain or whatever because of the withdrawal. And so what we're trying to do is give everybody a 72-hour notice. That's going to give everybody time to unstake, maybe do the last of their swaps, do whatever they want to do. Then we're going to pause everything. Swaps will end forever. And then at that point in time, you can go ahead and start your migrations and that over. And I want to be respectful for people. They've asked me throughout the period, hey, should I unstake? Should I unstake? Should I unstake? That's your personal decision. All I've said is I'll give you 3 days to do it. And so I think that 3-day window will basically give everybody that roadmap of what day we're committing for. And I think that's more than enough time to go up and get it done.
So should I pop up a 72-hour countdown clock right now on the screen, or what?
Not today, but I've been working this morning, and you guys are in for a treat. We do have a very, very large group. You're going to see some pictures probably pop up in the chat here a little bit later, and you'll see what we've been doing all day. And I think Spike's probably one that I think his brain's physically exploded at this point, and he's been out. He's met a lot of the partners. He's met a lot of the projects and that are coming online, and a few government officials. I guess it was probably not a bad idea for him to get fully adapt to what is going on over here, and I think he's had an experience of a lifetime.
Very cool. Speaking of pictures being posted in the group, we saw that there were some pictures dropped in yesterday. Do you care to comment about kind of what was going on there?
You have a couple of very smart individuals that found out that it's an official from Uganda. We are doing stuff with the country itself. And they are full support of Mega Lemon and Lemon, and we'll be integrating a lot with the tokenization of some country assets. So that is the push that we are doing for Mega Lemon. That's our push. That is what we are doing on our side. It's what we are putting our blood, sweat, and tears in right now to make sure that we have the gasoline for everybody that's over here on the free NFT side. I mean, understand these projects are massive and they take a long time, but the relationships in that we're growing. I'm going to tell you, I think we're up over 20 countries in that currently right now we are working with for digitizing assets in, and then we have some very specific announcements with a few of them. They're going to start something else with Lemon directly itself. And I think that's, some of those things that you guys will start popping out and hearing over the next, whispers of at least, over the next probably 60 to 90 days. But announcements can't continue holding back. I mean, we're we're well over 140 projects right now in the mega train, and they every single day. In fact, I literally was late because I was just getting out of a meeting with one. The team's basically wrapping it up here in the other room. So the good news is we're getting getting a lot of traction, and I think that's just going to be very exciting for the project in general and the chain. And I think the validators should be very happy and very excited about what's coming. And I'm very very excited because we're letting something free to the world, and I hope everybody understands that this is a little risky because you let something free, and you need to make sure you trust the people you're doing it with. And that's why these validators are so special, because they were the first up, and they were the ones that decided, hey, you know what, I'm ready for this. I've got the belief, and I'm trusting all of you. And so I think that's something beautiful. You got trust in me, and I've got trust in you back.
Yeah, I think as a community, we'll make sure that validators are running the chain responsibly. I'm sure we can take care of that. So there are a lot of things that need to happen before this big event come October, third weekish of October. Are you still feeling confident that that you'll still be able to hit kind of all the wish list milestones in between now and then, or if things kind of starting to get a little dicey?
Is probably an understatement of a lifetime, but we're still feeling that we're going to hit a launch. It may be a much softer launch than we were hoping for, because we have so much other things that have kind of taken some breath. What it really basically means is we're in the middle of 2 crypto conferences. We've now been invited to do a few things in those crypto conferences that I think are very valuable for the chain itself, and a few partners that are very much forcing us. I should say forcing us, probably a bad word, but forcing us to do certain things that I think will be beneficial to everybody. But understand it's a great networking time for the chain, and we have a couple not only keynote speaking engagements for that, but we're a sponsor of these events now. That was not something we were planning on attending. Attending and sponsor is a totally different thing. But the awareness of the company, of the chain itself, it is, I understand where the partners are coming from, and it's something they're definitely pressing. That, having said that, it takes a lot to do an event. It takes a lot of setup. It takes a lot of time. You got those 2 events with only about 8 days really in between the 2. But right now we still have an event planned, and it is correlated with another music venue, and so it's going to be fun. We're going to get it pulled off. But I think what we're going to do is probably have a major launch event where we'll have it pushed out because of the holidays, probably in January. And that's my guess. And I want to give everybody enough time to go book your travel on the travel, and get out here and do that. But having said that's probably a bummer for me, because we are going to miss that one very dramatically. In a big way, but we are going to do one anyway, and it will be here. So if anybody wants to come out, we'll give you some dates. We'll tell you what it is. You guys should come out for the crypto conferences anyway, because I got news for you. That's one hell of a time, and they're 2 of the largest crypto conferences in the world, and they're back to back. So,
all right. So the main event will not be at these conferences that are coming up, but you will be in involvement. So as a sponsor, would that be a reasonable assumption that you guys would be speaking at this event, or?
There will be speakers for Lemon at these events, yes. And it won't just be me. We've got a large group of us. A lot of the partners want to come forward. They've been, let's just say, they've been mute behind the scenes. They're ready to talk. Everybody has a period of time they want to come forward, and that time is past. We're holding it back at this point in time. That's why you're seeing some of the things post up by His Excellency in the chat. He's excited, and you're seeing a few of the. I'll just tell you, I won't tell you where they're at, but I mean, understand we're over 4 airports now in the tokenization platform around the world. So we are in for large infrastructure. And I think this is something that will shock a lot of individuals about the quality of projects that are coming on. But we also had meetings with some of the largest hedge funds in the Emirates to be on the other side of it. And not only the tokenization side, but also the asset acquisition. I believe the tokenization market was somewhere close to 120 to 130 billion last year. We already have soft circled well over that. And so there's actually more capital in the space than there is projects. And so getting good quality projects, setting them up in the right jurisdictions, setting them up into a place where free capital flows, and they're being done correctly in a regulated securitized market, I think is the most important. And we're letting a lot of the partners in that deal with that to make sure that they go off smoothly. But guys, this is going to be something revolutionary that's just never been done, and I think that's the coolest part about Lemon is everything we're doing is groundbreaking. Everything we're doing is cutting edge.
Well, it's very cool. It's exciting to be here in the early days. You were talking about projects as well. So last time we spoke, you were saying that Lem Games was kind of depending on some different things. I'm guessing that we're going to just have that at post migration at this point.
We're holding them all, guys. We're days. I mean, you guys look at the calendar. You guys see how few of days we have left in the month.
Yeah.
It's more important right now to get everything up for the chain and get you guys migrated. These are small lifts comparatively what we're doing with some of the others, and you guys will understand when you start seeing the depth of even the website to technical papers to the actual installation guides. This is a lot of work, and so we have a larger team now than we did obviously in July, but I understand we've been ramping up, but we've only been in ramp stage now basically around 39 days, and so we're 90 days in, and I think that's a testament to how quick you can go in blockchain and the technology in the space. But understand we're pretty ambitious. I will tell you a new roadmap is coming because once this does lift, we want to show everybody where we're headed. So we are going to have an accelerated roadmap that basically is going to be completed. And now you'll have the next roadmap. I'm going to probably lay it out for the next year. And I hope we beat expectations, but I think a next 12-month roadmap so everybody kind of understands not only Lemon, but we'll also do one out for Mega Lemon so you guys can see that. And we'll also do one out for some of the bigger projects for very particular reasons and the rollout for them. But I think that'll give everybody a very, like Catfish, for instance. We want to actually do a roadmap for Catfish for the community so they actually understand what the lifespan of it, how it's going to get back ramped, how we're going to put the user base on from that product. LemPay, I think that needs to have its own roadmap. I think things like that will just help the community understand more about how big of lift these things are, but also how amazing the projects are really at the end of the day. And I will tell you the KYC issue for LemPay, we've met with 3 service providers. So I will tell you that I think that is going to lighten up dramatically. We are going to have a pretty hefty one still for the bank, but I have, thank goodness, talked the partners down off the cliff and got to a point where I think this is going to be a much simpler process to get through the LemPay side of it, since we're basically just a peer-to-peer payment system, not a full banking rail in that for LemPay. So, and the other products, I mean, user login and that for streaming and that type of stuff, just you don't need any of this KYC stuff for the product. So I think that's going to be probably the biggest sigh of relief for a lot of people that have been kind of waiting off and going. If you've already gone through, no problem. But if you haven't yet, in fact, if you've already gone through, you are already approved for LemBank. I think if you haven't been through yet, it's just going to be a lighter lift and you won't know what anybody else has been talking about and complaining about. So we saw a couple technologies today that it should speed this up quite a bit.
Very cool. I think that's going to be a big sigh of relief. And I'm only asking this for a friend, but did any of those new service providers set up APK files by any chance? Come on, Jay. We need an APK file, buddy.
You're really into these file downloads. I will actually do something for you. I will get you one for Lemflix, so you can go ahead and click through it and run. If nothing else, you'll get a little testimonial, and maybe what we'll do is we have a nice social media up. So if I start seeing some good sharing around, maybe what we'll do is we'll hand out a few Lemflix, test files and that for rewards here, so we get a couple of the community members in that going. That's technically live, guys. It's ready. You will need an Android device, but I can drop you guys a file for it, so you guys can start going through it, start sharing some content. But we can definitely do that.
Very cool. I met with some people last night, and it was amazing. We got some Lemonheads who are visiting us this week, and they were just talking about how patient and calm they've been during this waiting period. So it's been great. So they just said when token up, when token listing. But Now, so these other projects, is it a reasonable expectation? I know it's all within 90 days. Is it a reasonable expectation that shortly after the migration, we should start seeing a lot of these projects that have been in the ecosystem for a while kind of going live, correct?
Yeah, look, I'll be honest, guys. I think every single one of these, when the migration kicks over, every one of them will go live. I think, well, the token's going to have to be out because you guys will be migrating it over. So I guarantee you guys will list every single one of them, or someone in the community will. So understand, I think the pent up anxiety and that people are all having right now, I think it's all going to be sorted out the second the chain migration is finished, and then we're off to the races. So with you guys out, listening to token and having that free market, the reality is you guys are not going to wait anymore. Someone's going to go ahead and throw it up, and then it'll trigger the contracts, and then everything else is smart contracted forward. So I think it's just important to get through migration, and then everybody can breathe a little bit and sit back and actually watch the tokenomics, and then we'll actually show you guys what running a business is, because then you're going to look at and say, well, I want royalties to go up. Well, then you need to go share the product and use the product and kind of go that way. And the more burns that come in for royalties, the less supply. And if you guys are dumping a bunch of supply in, you guys are creating a lot more supply in the market, which means token go down. And so it's your guys's projects, it's your guys's supply. We don't have any, and so I think this is something that is different, and it's so different that I think people are going to need a minute or two to understand it. Mathematically, I will tell you that I can 100% assure you, Lemflix will not last 6 months. It is now to a level that the depletion will mathematically cannot last more than 6 months from where the price point's at right now. So
the Lemflix price action is unbelievable. It seems like, I don't know if you got some people nervous or what, but I just can't believe what I'm watching right now. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm benefiting. Right before the call, I was in there picking some more up, so it's all good.
Great.
Thank you.
You have the people that are happy, and you have the people that are nervous, and look, that's welcome to a free market. And the beautiful part about it is you have the community list it, you have the community run. It's definitely got light liquidity right now, so price action is big. You have a lot of traders in there, and I'm seeing them quite regularly. But anyway, look, welcome to a free market, and if you want off the table, you have the opportunity. And if you want to be back on the table with more, you've got the opportunity. And you're doing it through a third party and letting it go. So welcome to Simple Economics.
Well, it's really great. I'm really glad that the sellers get to pick up some pennies to go buy an apple with. But I'm grateful. I love buying, so it's all good. Question for AJ, because this question is definitely going to come up in the chats. Why don't we talk just a little bit about what the migration is going to look like? What are the general steps? I know full instructions will come out, but just so we can kind of start getting it out there, and that way the community can take on some of these questions as they continue to arise, might serve us well.
So sure. So instructions will be given. So no matter what I tell you right now, there may be another step involved, or hopefully there's actually less steps involved, depending on how we can make the bridge more active. So the hopeful bridge period is going to be, number one, you're going to have to unstake. You're going to have to do any of your withdrawals. You're going to have to pull everything back into your wallet. This will already be a frozen period so that no more distributions are happening. At that point in time, you'll hit the bridge. The bridge, you can do all of your tokens at once, all your NFTs at once, or you can separate them out. I will tell you, it may financially better for gas fees and that, not clog the chain up, because unfortunately, the bridge is from the sending chain in. So if you bog down Binance, I have seen the prices spike. You just want to be careful about that, and just do it at the right time. It's not the token. Token actually is fairly light lift. It's the NFTs. So understand when you start moving it around and going, that is going to be your largest lift. That will be a connected wallet into the DApp, and you'll have a migrate button, and you will have a bridge accept button. It'll be very similar to trading in your Trust wallet or MetaMask wallet or SafePad wallet, just to connect to PancakeSwap in that functionality. So everybody already understands how to do this, because no matter who you are, you've done it at least once or twice. And so, the nice thing is you'll connect your wallet, You'll physically just hit the next button. You'll have to approve the contract. Then you'll have to hit the next button. Yes, you agree to bridge. You'll hit the next. Make sure you're on the correct app. You understand it, just like you're doing withdrawals. Make sure you're on the right. And then you click over. So we're not changing anything as far as where you have to go. Just go right where you're used to, right where you're comfortable with. And at that point in time, what you're going to see is you're going to lose one asset in B&B, and you're getting the exact same asset over on Lemon Chain. And so your wallet, you came from an EVM wallet, you'll have it back in your EVM wallet. You may have to go and add that asset into your wallet via the contract and the chain that changed. Now, I get a lot of questions. Does this mean I got a different asset? No, you got the same exact asset. You have a different freeway you're on. So understand that, like, when you're going in pancake swap and you're swapping from, let's say LEMX into USDT, that is a different asset. But USDT on Binance, or USDT on Ethereum, or USDT on Tron, it's the same asset. You just basically move the freeway that you're on for all of them. And so I got asked that 2 or 3 times, and I just want to make sure everybody understands. All you're doing, you're changing the highway. The Lemon Chain is the highway.
Very exciting. Man, I can't wait for migration. I think it's an understatement. I'm sure you already guessed that about me, but man, I can't wait. It's so exciting that we're actually going to be on our own chain. The validators are going to be live. Like, that is going to be a glorious day, and I hope it happens this week. But I know it's tech, but that's just going to be amazing, surreal. And we got some lemonheads here in town to celebrate with us. That's kind of cool. Very fun. Jay, someone asked in the chat earlier. We talked about APK files for privacy and all that stuff. But someone also said, "Hey, would you be willing to comment a little bit about what the Lem phone is going to look like?" And I think we have an ETA date for, I think it was October 20th. I think, is that still kind of on schedule?
Yeah, it's on schedule. It's actually already orders in. It's a set delivery, and it's actually apparently announced that public well ahead of a project being out, well ahead of. He was very excited. These are some of the projects we're working on behind the scenes, and you guys got it out of a little early, which I think is awesome. I've actually shown a picture of the phone. We have a phone. I can make sure that I pop up a few more in the chats if that'll help. It will be an Android type device. You're going to have SIM card capability into it. The features of the phone are the most impressive parts of it. And unfortunately, the features are more of a software thing and a hardware thing that is something you can physically see. Like the automatic kill switches, the Privacy Act. You can go ahead and turn off your power. When you turn off your power, you're actually disconnected. You can actually go ahead and erase your phone remotely, and/or if your password is tried to be opened more than 5 times, it will actually go ahead and lock it down for a period of time. You can actually set that period of time, by the way, or you can actually. I don't suggest this for people that can't remember passwords, but you can actually do an automatic kill if your password is physically entered more than 5 times, and instead of a quote delay, you can actually hit kill. So I think that's the cool parts about the phone. There's a lot more, but obviously that's the goal at the end of the day, is give you guys something that's new, something that's different, and very secure.
So on the phone side of it, once upon a time, we talked about the idea behind, like, maybe potentially getting these refurbished phones, having them all pre-programmed, and then, donating them to a lot of people who are less fortunate. I'm guessing it's kind of like, am I reading this right, that it'd be kind of like 2 tiers of phone, one that we would purchase and someone's asking roughly what the cost would be, and then another tier of the phone, so to speak, that might get donated out to less fortunate people? Is that kind of the idea?
Yeah, so round one is it's going to be a sell product. We have a bunch of phones that are being donated anyway for the charitable side. What we actually are working with is trying to get a trade-in program with the supplier as a donation type approach for doing the project with us. So hopefully, within maybe a year or less, depending on how the partners can do their negotiating. What we're trying to do is give everybody an option, just like you have with your own cellular companies, to get some sort of rebate in by sending your old phone, because by doing that, it actually is freeing up inventory for us to actually get into Malaysia and African countries. And and in that. So I think it's very it's a very good process, since we're already going to be in the device business, to use our user base to transfer up and transfer out.
Very nice. Someone's asking about bridging costs. Have those been decided upon at this point? I'm guessing not really.
I will tell you sub 3 at this point in time, and I think that's better than what we looked at for third parties. Third parties, guys, it was 5.18. It was ugly. So we are spending the extra time. That is the delay. We could have done this already minus the dashboard physically, just by using the third party bridge services. Stargate has costs. Layer 0 has costs. You start looking at some of these bridges and understand they all want to take their bite at the apple. And this community is not. We're a free ecosystem. I don't want to all of a sudden have this be like a nickel and dime thing. This is just, we have to find a home. We have a home. Let's go home. And at that point in time, guys, we're done with this. We don't have these, V1s, the V2s, to bridging. It's over. We're done. We have a home, and we will be there forever.
Can't wait. Someone asked if you can run multiple validators on the same dashboard. I'm guessing it's different dashboards. You'd have to have a separate login in my mind, but I'd love some clarification.
You do. You do have an opportunity for multiple validators. It's a one per for security reasons more than anything else. People have to log in directly through your wallet. I did get a lot of questions about the wallet itself. You can change it to any wallet as you're setting it up. The 5 Lem coin that you're physically using to activate it, that will be the wallet that validator will be attached to. It has nothing to do with any other wallet. My suggestion is don't use that wallet for anything other than just sending yourself any of your withdrawals to another wallet that then you function out of and connect with. This is a validator wallet. Just keep it as a validator wallet. Keep it separate from anything else.
Yeah, 100%. Create those wallets on a secure device would be my advice also. Someone's asking, well, any updates, let's say, on the 4 legacy projects, because we saw that there's been some weird stuff online with it, and so we'll leave it at that. But what are what's the current status of those moving over?
I can clear a couple things up, but I do not have any liquidity pools yet. I do not have any contracts yet. I do not have access, but I'm being told it's coming. Did have some miscommunication with Civic from Promax. He thought he handed over a bunch of seed words that were more. That was not what it was. It was my own wallets that I already had seed words for. So it's part of the separation. And so understand, I didn't get anything new. I don't have anything new. And he's cleared that up. And if not, he will be cleared up by this community, apparently, because you guys I appreciate you guys, backing us up, but understand Promax is, a partner in Mega Lemon as well. So they're doing their best to try to navigate this whole mess. But guys, the V boxes, for instance, we've gotten full approval that, I will just give an instruction manual. They're actually not locked. There's nothing we have to do to it. I have to show you guys how to go get it off the chain. But you guys can go do that yourself, and then you guys will have the V boxes, and you'll have the debt token. That is something that the dev team's also working on, just to give an instruction manual to go do it. The debt box DApp does not have a function built into it. They're not going to build that function. That's basically the reason why they didn't want to put something forward. They don't want to do that lift. Fine, I'll just show you guys how to go get it directly off the blockchain. It's not that difficult.
Is there any chance that Lemon Tree will be in our possession pre-migration, or is that only a post-migration deal? Fingers are crossing. Oh, I like that. I like the sound of that.
This is why I don't want to tell everybody exactly how migration is going to work, because I'm trying to pull that cat out of the hat as well. And if we can get it pulled off, we will, because then you'll just use that wallet to basically do everything, and it's going to be a lot simpler. So it's less pieces. So because that has the integrated bridge directly into it, so you physically just run with it. So, I'm not going to delay it if it's not. We'll let you guys use wallet you guys are currently doing with, but it is a hope.
Yeah, very, very cool. That's almost ready. Very cool. So you may or may not know this, but Spike and I are pretty good buddies. So I put a good bribe in his pocket before I sent him over there. So he said he's going to jump on a live with me if you don't drop enough bombs. So maybe you want to tell us a little bit more about those 20 countries that you mentioned earlier.
Look, guys, we're dealing with a lot of countries for a lot of different reasons. So I don't want to have anybody believe that these are all tokenization projects to go in. We're dealing with a lot with humanitarian stuff, a lot of it to do with the activities of the underlying, and a lot of them to do with tokenization. So it is a mix, and a lot of them to do with something else that I'm not going to be prepared to totally go with. But let's just say that the lemon coin will be very well used and supported in some of these countries. So I think it's something that it's a wide basket, and so going out there and without the individual announcements, I don't want people to say, "Oh, by the way, it's going to be this and it's going to be that," and "Oh my gosh, you have this," because this group tends to get people very excited. Because I like to be very excited. I'm a glass half full kind of guy, and even when glass should be totally empty, I still think there's drip in there, and that drip's a half full glass. And so I can tell you that all countries are not the same. Every country is different. Every country has different motives for being involved with lemon, with mega lemon, with let's call it full tokenization and some digitation of assets. Digitizing an asset is not the same as tokenization. And there's other things that we can do with the platform to help certain areas. I actually talked to you about one. So there's actually a process of digitizing students' education, and so going out there and doing support for helping certain students get from kindergarten all the way through high school type of education is something that we can digitize that and bring it out. That doesn't mean we're tokenizing a person. It's just we're basically digitizing the process of that. We're going to go ahead and put that live back into a feed, so you get interactive support directly with an individual or a student. I will say a lot of things we're working with right now. It is through education. We've chosen that that's the best route because we do believe that that's going to be our biggest bang for our buck. Number one, because of the age bracket. But number two is it's also something that this next generation understands Web3 a lot better than even my generation and older. It's I've been in it long enough. I get it, but a lot of people they've never touched it yet. And the younger generations are already understanding gamification of platforms. They already understand TikTok. You're tokenizing yourself. You already understand the play to earn. You're already understanding the YouTube likes, the views. You guys get it. And so if we go to a demographic that's already there, already understands it, the lift is just easier to digitize you. And so it's something that the free model works very well that way. In all candidness, I can just be honest with you. I told you we were going to monetize you one way or another. We're monetizing you to go push the products and use it. The buy and burn is nothing more than a marketing budget, if you really want to simplify everything, for the companies underlaying it. It's trying to give you guys an incentive to go out there and use and share the products. When you're dealing with tokenization of an actual company, it's a whole other ball of wax. And so understand there's large financials, there's auditing, there's a full list of appraisals that have to go through. You have an underwriting bank, you have a brokerage account that has to put it out, you have licensed individuals, you have jurisdictions, and that you got to deal with. And you're dealing with hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars that are coming off from only accredited investors and only certain jurisdictions that are allocated. And you're dealing honestly with a more centralized system because you have all those criteria, you have all those restrictions. You have to do it more in a closed box. That is the only layer 2 project that we have even talked about that has any centralization in it. Everything else is fully decentralized. Even the projects that have come forward and they want to launch on a chain, everybody's excited about decentralization. Getting countries and these other large players involved, it is definitely more of a closed box system. So we'll leave that for Mega Lemon, just to have fun with it, and then the rest of the processes will all be decentralized. And the chain obviously is decentralized with all the validators.
So you sparked my interest in some of this conversation we haven't had, but when you're talking about digitizing people, this is a good time to have this conversation. So I'll plant the seed in your ear anyway. There was a project on Polkadot that I used to follow that was very much involved with creating decentralized ID systems. So that was really cool. So what you would do, like let's say in a loan case, there was a way that you could, well, if we built a proper decentralized ID system, we could do away with a lot of the other criminal ones that I hate. But then they would have a way that you could prove, like, proof of being loan qualified of giving away your personal information is beautiful. Might be something that we might want to build in here. So it's a good idea to maybe look at. But
that was on DOT, if I remember right.
It was DOT project. Yep.
We have looked at it. I don't think it went very far, but I think it would go very well now because the adoption, I think they were just early. And so I am aware of the project. It had a very interesting way of underwriting certain activities that you were doing, because you were basically being monetized 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with different activities. And also, if I remember right, it was you were being reaffirmed by people that knew you, so that could basically get the credibility with your friend and your circle base. And who you hang out with, unfortunately, would probably ruin your your score as well. But understanding, yes, so Spike would take you down completely.
That's what I said too. Spike's just going to tank me. Damn, Healy too. Those guys, these shady characters I'm hanging around with.
But no, it is something that I think just having fun with it and trying to figure out the best ways to keep it a game. You guys are going to see a lot in the Lemon Tree app. You guys, this is about having fun. You're going to find all kinds of rewards for logging in certain amount of times and checking things. You're going to find all kinds of things about sharing. You're going to find all things about going and liking and connecting your social media accounts, so we can track if you're doing certain activities. Understand, I'm not going to track you. I'm going to track a physical wallet doing an activity, which I don't even know who you are. Right. It's just physically going and doing the check marks, doing the checks and balances to have you guys level up, and there may be a reward for that leveling up, and you're going to start getting some free gifts, and you're going to start getting some more incentives and that type of thing. Guys, this is marketing 101. If you basically have a carrot that you want to basically hang over someone and you want them to grab it, you got to make sure the carrot's ready to go, and it's close enough that they think they can reach it. And I think that when you have something free and we're trying something different, I am always open for the community giving us some more ideas to keep it gamified, fun, and light.
Yeah, man, you're doing a great job of continually gamifying things. I'm guessing that Lem Lotto will also be a part of the Lemon Tree app, like just built right in. That's how I envision it. Is that accurate?
Yes, and I think not only that, but there are some other subscription-based items that we're going to try to build directly in, so that it's not our choice. It's something that you will be going in. You'll pre-approve or set up and we have my partners walked in here, so he's pop in and say hello.
Hello, guys.
Hey, how are you? Good to see you.
See you.
Doing
guys,
a long Nate.
Come. Hey, come.
You guys want to see the whole group?
Yeah, if all the guys are there, yeah, we'll say hi to Derek and Colin and Spike and all those guys.
We have a progress day. Okay, since 8 o'clock in the morning.
Hey, Colin, how you doing, guys? Derek, what's up, man?
Agreement after agreement. Okay, so we have a lot of things to disclose on next week. So for a new surprise.
We have all kinds of fun things.
So we introduced the team. Okay, Colin.
This is Derek, not Colin.
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
You're just looking at me. You know who I am.
Yeah.
Josh Ritchie.
Okay. So Lemon Bank, Lemon Pay. Everything is ready. Go ahead. We'll leave you with the meeting. So
they popped in, and I think they forgot I was out alive, so they just decided to go ahead and crash the party. But it's good.
Speaking of Lemon Bank, another conversation we haven't had in a while, and I'm sure some people are wondering: is there any progress on the Lemon Cards front?
Yeah, so you're going to see some changes in that coming through. So to be blunt, you have cost exposure in almost all of it. So we have a lot of people, even with LemPay. Everybody wants a third-party service provider. We're trying to keep the fees and the rates down as low as possible. The virtual card, guys, you get it, you use it, it's fun. We're getting a lot of people that want to actually have the physical card directly with it. And so we're going to have those types of things, the KYC, the upgraded KYC, all of that type of thing. We're still trying to keep it free, but you're going to have minimum deposits it's gonna be like big $100. It has to basically deposit and just sit there, so you basically keep it. It'll keep the monthly fees down, guys. We're trying to keep these things as low as possible, so we can be competitive with the whole space. So we've looked at all of the competitors in the arena. We want to make sure your bill pay service is cheap. We want to make sure your wires in, your wires out. We don't want to sit here and gouge you. So we actually have a new CEO of LemPay that is going through all of the competitors, tearing everything apart, beating up our partners to make sure that things are in line on some, and going back and educating them, saying, well, we probably have probably the best rates here, but we're missing it over here. So we need to figure out how we can stay in line, keep this one right where it's at, but stay in line with everybody else on some other things, or beat them everywhere. Card is one of them. A lot of people pay these monthly fees for the actual physical card. If that's going to happen, we want to make sure we're giving you enough value back. So we have a whole team, and it's growing over here. But those types of things, it's just very important for us to make sure that we are we're competitive, but we're actually less. And I think that if we can pull that off, we're going to spread like wildfire.
Could those cards be like an October thing, or is that still too early for us?
They've already been ordered. So once we have the card stock, then we can go ahead and kick them back around. But understand it's coming.
God, I can't wait for that card. Man, that is awesome. Very exciting. So any other bombs that you want to drop with us before we bring Spike on alive?
You can bring Spike on alive and enjoy. I will tell you, I need to know if you're available on Saturday. I've got another Zoom plan for you, and it won't be me. I've got a couple other people. I told you this week you're going to probably see some other faces. I was not the one that was supposed to be on tonight, but I will tell you that they're going to take Saturday if you're available. Sure. And start popping up here. I think we could probably do another one on Monday, and then we need a break for a minute again, purely because of what we have coming down the pipe with some other things. But if you want to, set something up for Saturday, give everybody plenty of notice, and then Monday, I think we do both those. And at that point in time, we're going to say we have a week that we need to take off for a bit, but we'll get everybody nice and excited for next week. And you're going to see more than just a small amount of bombs drop this weekend.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, I'm all in. That'd be exciting. And man, the migration is almost any day. Friends, am I the only one who's excited in here? I know it's been long. I know it's painful, but oh man, that is going to be awesome.
It is a big lift. Trust me. No one's more excited than me, because I just want to move on to the next. This is something that you know how big it is when you look at the wireframes. You understand how big it is when you look at what you're doing. You spend a couple of years digging into sound boxes and doing it. You're like, oh, this won't be that bad. And wow, what did I do? So
yeah, that's a lot.
The team is exhausted, but I will tell you that the team is very excited too. There's a lot of developers right now that are pushing some extra weight right now to get these things off to the races. I will tell you, we've had some amazing support from our partners, bringing in other heavies to take some of the stuff that's not so technical with the chain, and some developers that are actually part of the chain that have put in some extra hours. So I appreciate everybody behind the scenes.
Well, I think at this point, sleep ought to be outlawed. You got to start instituting these kinds of policies,
I think my brother is definitely that. His Excellency, I don't think sleeps. I'm pretty confident. I told everybody I've never seen anybody run faster than me, and he runs faster than I do. And so keeping up with him and his hours, I think we had two nights last week. It's 5 in the morning, and we started at 8. I was back up at 8 or 9. Tomorrow it's a 7 o'clock in the morning kind of thing again, and it's already midnight. So we are running fast, and Spike will tell you, he's like, I don't know when the heck you sleep. I was like, I don't know when I sleep either. So.
Yeah. It's not much these days, but once the lift is done, then it'll be, there's still lots of execution variables, but it'll be much more exciting, and all the nuisance stuff is behind. It'll get all fun and exciting after that. So
yeah, but we want to make sure Mega Lemon keeps growing, and we want to make sure that Lemon keeps growing. We want to make sure that the chain is all situated. So we really can't take our foot off the gas on anything, and so we try to just split it up during the day and get through it. But I think we're 5 meetings in today, and we're probably going to call it a night here after this, and it's not going to stop anytime. So
Well, very cool. With that said, it's getting late over there, so we're going to let you jump off. We're really grateful for your time. We're grateful for all the stuff that's happening in the background. I know it's a little painful, friends, but we're almost there, and it's going to be glorious when we are. It's going to be very exciting. So thanks for joining us again today, Jay, and you and I will connect after about the Saturday and the Monday stuff, and we'll get that sorted out.
Definitely. Hey, guys. Thank you.
Sounds great, guys. Have a good one. Talk soon.